A saviour sibling. What is a saviour sibling? It's a sibling who is born in order to save the life of somebody who is already there and who's suffering from a terminal illness or a very difficult illness, and who could be saved by having a cell or a tissue transplant from someone who is healthy and who was compatible with them. And so one sick child, one child not yet here, how do we get the child who's to come to fulfill that role? And it's done by having the baby by the test tube baby route, in vitro fertilization, and the embryos are tested at a very early stage. They're tested before a pregnancy is established with them. They're still in the petri dish. And at the 8-cell stage, a cell is taken out and it's tested genetically so that we make sure the embryo is free from the genetic illness. And it's also tested for compatibility, so that if there was a cell or tissue transplant later, the cells or tissues would not be rejected. And the embryos that fulfill those criteria are used to establish a pregnancy. And the new baby is born, and you have the older sibling who's sick. And initially they hope that the cells from the umbilical cord will be adequate. So the cells from the umbilical cord are taken and they're put in the bone marrow of the sick child, and if they take and they do well, then that may well all be that's necessary. And so, if you like, the saviour sibling has got no further worries in life. But often, well, no, we don't know whether it's often or not, because so few have been born. It's quite possible that the cells from the umbilical cord won't be adequate, and the sick child will need a later transfusion of cells that will come from the new baby's bone marrow, probably from the thigh. And so the saviour sibling then does become a donor as a living being for the child that's already there. So that's what the term saviour sibling means.